We move away from page 4. There's also an interesting article there. Jubilee sacks election chief after only a week.
Yes.
Of course, this is, there's this argument that we've had for a while where the president had said that they were going to clean up and make sure that those who are running for elections on Jubilee tickets should be cleaned up. And of course, that also is on the fallback of the PAC, who are rooting for Waigoro to have a lifestyle audit. And of course, this leaves the question of who then does not need to have a lifestyle audit looking at how they live.
And the other question that we would ask, Michael, is Jubilee surrounded by such dirty people that it is absolutely impossible to get a clean person to do their job? Remember the embarrassment of the EACC chair, who was considered to be friendly to Jubilee for whatever perceptions. And then he turns out to be a tenderpreneur. Then they come up here and they have a chairman of the elections board who turns out to be dirty. I mean, are we saying that we've got so much dirt in Jubilee that it is difficult to get a clean person?
But is it Jubilee or is it generally Kenya? Because if you look at the EACC chair, that was not a Jubilee appointment per se.
Yes.
It is one that has gone through vetting and all that, but still ended up, questionable.
Like I have said, there was a perception that this was a Jubilee, there was a Jubilee stake in the EACC. But I have always been against the argument, Michael, that there's something wrong with Kenyans. There is something wrong with the political class. There is nothing wrong with Kenyans.
That is true, Professor, but my argument here being that this cannot be lumped up on Jubilee per se because it was not a Jubilee appointment. It was not a presidential appointment.
Okay, granted, that it was not a presidential appointment. I do not think that you can become the chairman of EACC without a nod from the regime in power. But that is me. Maybe in a different world it is possible for that to happen. Let's then come back to the Jubilee guy, They say we want a clean house, and then they put a guy who is so dirty that even before he starts cleaning house, they're thinking we need to clean him out. And I don't think that...
But then again, that could be a positive thing, Prof, given that now maybe they've reached a point and said, look, we must draw the line now. And if you are not, if you're found, with blemish, you're not like Caesar's wife, as it were, then we get rid of you. So this being the beginning of a cleaning up exercise.
Yes.
One could argue from that perspective.
One could argue from that perspective. I wish them well. I have said, don't try cleaning up Jubilee unless you're ready to clean up everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.